every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
A look at Orlando's opening lineup. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. And it's Suggs in at the 1. Now here's Adebayo. Unloads. It's good from in tight.
Well, Bam Adebayo's so efficient right there. He picks a smart shot that fits his skill set.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game. Yeah, there's not much Banchero can't do in the pick-and-roll set. He's comfortable as the roller or with the ball in his hands.
Wiggins finds Mitchell. To the paint. And there's a 3-second violation. Tyler Heroes checked in for Burks.
Now in the game, number 14, Tyler Heroes.
52 seconds left to play in the first. Step back and fire. Miami grabs the miss. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Hero for 3. He can't get that one to fall. For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Hero outside. Pass to Mitchell. It's Wiggins on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
Here's Suggs. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Magic. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the court for the Magic, Banchero out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Anthony, then it's Goga Bitadze, and it's Black in at point guard. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tied together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Orlando leading. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Hey, guys. Well, the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks very much. 46 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Hero for 3. Knocks down the triple. Hero's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Now, you have to be mindful of Hero's range. He can absolutely burn you from outside.
Bitadze with a screen. Here's Anthony. Love grabs the miss. For Miami, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Hero, no good. And so Banchero will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Hero outside. From behind the arc. That doesn't go either for Hero. For 3, Anthony. No good. Misses at the buzzer. It's all tied in Miami. And right, join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our...
Taking a look here now at the Magic. They don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road, kind of like Kenny's.
And talking about our game involving the Magic, not a lot of separation here at the half.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
They've got Andrew Wiggins. Alec Burks is out there with Davion Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Suggs with the bucket.
And I like the shot selection. Suggs recognizes when to look to score inside.
Pass to Ware. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Up and over Carter, and it's Ware missing. Orlando trailing here. Here's Caldwell Pope, and that one is hammered home.
That's the way to finish KCP with a show of force at the rim.
Here's Mitchell, and the layup is good off the glass. Mitchell's gotten his first basket of the night.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
Suggs surveys the D. Fires in the triple. Suggs has got 5 points now in the quarter.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And they double up Adebayo over Suggs. Adebayo, that's good. Adebayo's got 8. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Pass to Banchero. Over Adebayo. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Heat leading by a point. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Magic. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. The back court is Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's Wagner in at the 3. Pass to Ware. Orlando with the rebound. We've got 1:28 left to play in the fourth. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Banchero. Carter with it. Now Caldwell Pope. Here's Banchero. Adebayo grabs the board.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Mitchell finds Wiggins. Beyond the arc. And knocks down the three.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Adebayo against Banchero. Over Adebayo. It falls! And he's tied it up. What a shot!
Oh, no holding back from Banchero. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. Coach telling their team, this is a tight one. We need full effort defensively, 1 or 2 stops, and we will win this game. A coach preaching defense, a familiar tune.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Right side, Carter. Caldwell Pope, pass to Suggs. Jacks up a 3. Pure from three-point range.
Putting this team on his back. I love seeing Suggs take charge like this.
Wiggins for 3. It's rebounded by Banchero. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
They're just trying to hold on to this lead, Grant.
And right now, you just can't afford to be careless.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. From outside the arc, and he sinks it. And that one brings them within 1.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
Looking out there, trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense. Not that last possession.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
8 seconds left in the final quarter.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. There's 6 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Well, you can bet that's what they're looking for. This late in the game, they need that 3.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. The 3 from Suggs. Oh, no good! We're headed for overtime. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We'll take it. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. And it's Carter in at the 5.
Putting in work. Carter Jr. is a lunch pail guy who just goes about his business. Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
A 3 from the inbound. Kept alive.
Oh, what tenacity on the boards. Banchero takes pleasure in capitalizing on the offensive glass.
Here's Mitchell. He connects! A huge shot to tie it up! They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about. Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
sinks the clutch free throw. And so he drops them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Free throw shooting comes into focus in tight games. As usual, he's up to the task.
Burks passes to Wiggins from the arc. Orlando with the rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Big free throws right there to make this a 2-possession game.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Third team foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Make some noise once again for your Miami Heat dancers.
Burks for 3. And again, no good by Miami. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Wiggins. Second personal foul. Team foul number 4.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
Hits a 3-pointer. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5.
Shooting for Orlando.
And he's unable to get the second one. Right side Burks for 3. And so Orlando takes the win. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything